Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium and I've been hit by it too.
The Urbano Caldera, it really is a wonderful place to be. A ground graced by some of the greatest in Brazilian football, heroes and legends. The action has already started. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Ah, that's a fine interception. Maldini calmly anticipates. Great vision. Can he get on the end of this? Now, can they get him away? And he was alert to it. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball. Well, Peter, at this stage we often focus on the creative and goal-scoring talent, but I'm going to mention a defender in Lilian Thuram. As good as they come for me, very strong and athletic and competent in every other department you care to mention.
Just about the perfect defensive specimen.
Yeah, and I think often underrated.
Neymar. Pedro Neto. Oh, it's Dembele. That's been drilled in. Well, there's the clearance. And he's only too happy to take that back.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
Oh, good spread. Oh, that's well spotted. Now it's McTominay.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply. Niceties are not part of this approach. This is actually quite aggressive.
McTominay. And back to the goalkeeper. That's the throw. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, it's Dembele. Plays a sharp little ball here. And he's in on goal. It's Ibrahimovic! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And we have our very first corner. Chiellini with the clearance. Santos have the chance to go the other way. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Dembele. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. Backward it goes. And it's Rijkaard. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Corner number 2 then. Ibrahimovic! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome. Aimed beyond the defence, back into the middle. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto going face-to-face with his great rival. And here's Zico. Now there's a fine ball. He's having a shot! Well read, and the danger is averted. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Shot a goal! They've got to be quick to recover this. Great chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And another try! That was superb goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Carvajal gets across to intercept that. He's going to be disappointed with that. Maldini is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. McTominay. Vieira.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Knocks it into space.
Pretty robust defending.
Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. And the half-time whistle goes. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
Well, after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change, perhaps, after half-time. There's the start of the second half.
Santos really are going to need to improve in a hurry if they don't want to fall behind here. Upping the intensity and the tempo will be their starting point.
Pele. McTominay, very much a man of this moment. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Zico. Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Pass is coming off in quick succession. Oh, that's ambitious. And that was probably asking just too much.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but still very good quick thinking on his part.
Bergamo. Santos have a free kick.
Yeah, it would seem a little too far out, and this will probably be a dink far post.
And he's following up! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
That's an excellent interception. And the finish! And he comes up trumps again.
Great stop from the keeper. That was something else. He's definitely coming out on top at the moment.
Raul is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Santos looking to pass their way through. Big chance! Glorious! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order.
I think you have to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of it all there, Peter. The ease at which the defence got taken out of the equation, and he was never going to miss that.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, when the goal gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think.
And that has left him in a heap. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the message they're sending out now is pretty loud and clear. Let's grab a second goal and give ourselves an element of comfort.
Shot could be on. Decent chance! Superb from Pele! A finish right from the top draw. And there's the goal they've been looking for.
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
Santos are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Raul, he is through here. He's gone for goal. Ambitious, but just off target.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
And he's been shifted off it. Now it's Hullet. Vitinha. Zico. Now that looks a decent ball. That ball looks a good one. And this is Zico. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And the counter is on. Oh, nicely intercepted. Half an hour gone in the second half. Taken off it pretty forcefully. Santos finding their passes. Vitinha. Well, they could break here. Carvajal. Pedro Neto. Nicely weighted ball. Plays it in. And he shoots! Vieira. Raul. Now it's Zico. And there's the shot! He's got away with one there.
You lucky boy, you lucky boy. Giving the ball away like that is usually punished.
Pedro Neto. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Zico. Nice try, but he wasn't buying it. McTominay. Well, that pass isn't the best. Looking to play him in. And there's green grass ahead of him. Check claims comfortable. And here's Zico. McTominay. Yeah, and he was quick to react. Time added on will be 2 minutes. And it's Zico. Searching pass he's played there. And that's that. What a satisfying performance. A performance at times of determination and occasionally magic. Simply, they had all the right answers. Pelé taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Santos definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind, this has just been a great day at the office.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
The Urbano Caldera, it really is a wonderful place to be, a ground graced by some of the greatest in Brazilian football, heroes and legends. The action has already started. It's a promising run he's making on the right. Pelé. And it's Zico. McTominay kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Can he get on the end of this? Well, played right into his path. So, what can they make of this? And he was quick to react. And he's been shifted off it.
Here's a man, Peter, that inspired so many and always said that success is no accident, it takes hard work and perseverance.
How he epitomised that attitude. He worked so hard to become a... That's rather hopeful! No, that was never going to make it. Pelé. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Well, they've made all the inroads and their confidence is taking on a growth spurt.
Maldini. Neymar. Vieira. Quarter of an hour played. Santos, disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Dembele knocks it into space. So it is still 0-0. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good for him.
He's had a shot! It's in! There is the breakthrough! It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
So the first goal of the game.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
And it's Neymar. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Oh, super ball! Pullet was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Now it's Pedro Neto. Chiellini spots it and intercepts. Raul. No, that's been intercepted. Pelé is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
He made it look a bit predictable. Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Vieira. Dembele, a player who needs no introduction. And this is Ibrahimovic. Aimed beyond the defence.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
And it's Zico. He's chosen to go back. And that's played in low. Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
He's never the type to turn down a challenge, is he?
And we have our very first corner. Well, we've seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Pele. Neymar. Now McTominay. And he's in on goal. And this is, can he finish? He scored! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Just gorgeous, the most glorious, delicious of touches, followed up with an unerring finish.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. Oh, very neat and tidy.
Santos grabbed the... And there's the end of the first half. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Santos really showed some resolve in that first half, Peter, after going behind. So I think the message from the manager will be quite a positive one. Keep going and keep doing what you've been doing, because it's pretty good.
Santos are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score.
Teremos uma substituição.
So once again, we're underway.
Santos have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Trying to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Pele conjures time and space where few can. Now it's Hullet. And that could set him on his way. And he's on it, and the shot! There it is!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Santos get themselves into the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Vieira. Raul. And here's Ibrahimovic.
He looked rushed. He should have waited for some movement.
And it's Zico. And he's well positioned here. Now, who's going to be first to this? An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
Well, he's clearly in one of those moods. I think even he was asking perhaps a little too much from himself then.
Now, that looks a decent ball. Dembele's delivery.
Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
Carvajal does really well to win the ball there. And he's managed to get rid.
8.855
Zico
espectadores.
is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Zico. Ibrahimovic! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, he's played it in, and he shoots! No mistake! They've done it again! It is incredible!
Exactly what you want to see from your players. Courage, fight in the face of adversity. You couldn't ask for much more.
And now he has two. This is quite a battle.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
McTominay. And it's Neymar.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Zico looking to be a menace in the final third. It's a promising position. That's a throw. Chooses to go cross-field.
Good switch, that.
And here's Zico. Zico showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Zico. And he's away. It's Zico! I'll be a bit disappointed with that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Into the last quarter of an hour. And he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick.
Substituição no time do Santos. Camisa 25, Neymar. Camisa 13, camisa 7. Deixando o campo para a entrada de camisa 19, camisa 14.
Here it is, cross big header! Ribery
Substituição.
gets flagged offside.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Vieira.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Oh, what a climb! And it's in! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
Substituição no time do Santos. Camisa
The
3.
changes then in quick succession. So, time for a potential game changer.
Well, it's going to make for a frantic end, Peter. Let's hope he's got enough time to make the impact he wants.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Maldini has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident. Santos are in dire need of a breakthrough. Can they?
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
Oh, good-looking ball. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Santos clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Cruyff. There's the delivery. And that should get the job done.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
That is good alertness. Raul. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Bale in acres of space out wide. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Now it's Puskás. Puskás. Played back. Looking to play him in. Ah, such a clever touch. Cruyff. Good read, needed to be. It's run loose here. Puskás. Takes a shot! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. And that's it. Santos did lead. Indeed, they controlled, but they managed to throw it all away. A defeat made even more painful by the way it came to pass. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Santos just may have felt a little extra pressure in front of their own fans that caused a nervousness and tension.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
The Urbano Caldera, it really is a wonderful place to be. A ground graced by some of the greatest in Brazilian football, heroes and legends. If you're just joining us, we are already underway.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Vieira. Santos have a free kick. Good strike, quite an alarm.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And he's there to get it away. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. That pass isn't the best. Oh, there's a probing ball. Pele did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Nicely aimed pass. Now it's Ibrahim, takes a shot! Oh, that is very close.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Oh, it's Raul. The referee's awarded a free kick. We're talking a genuinely stylish player here in Frank Rijkaard. You're not arguing with that, Jim, are you?
No, I've got to totally agree with every word you just said. As holding midfielders go, he is one of the very best. Nothing phases him.
That's been won straight back. Vitinha! Brilliant by Vitinha! A finish of true class! The breakthrough strike! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Now it's Hullet. Neymar is the type of player who always likes having a bit of space in front of him. Raul, and that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Santos are behind here, despite their domination of possession. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Pele. And here's Hullet. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. And they're quick to get it back. Nicely spread. And here's the chance to counter.
Santos are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
And here's Dembele. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. He's had a shot! And for a moment, time stood still. And that's a throw-in. Now he's off and running. Vieira. Time and again they are repelled. Now it's Pedro Neto. Maldini was in no mood for any of that. Raul. And here's Hullet. Hullet showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out.
Santos certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
McTominay. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Neymar. Always onto this. McTominay. Santos finding their passes. Now, can they get him away? Pele plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Carvajal. Looking to play him in. McTominay. Raul. And it's McTominay. He's a sharp little ball here. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Vitinha. That is good alertness. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. That should get the job done. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the supports have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Substituição no time do Santos. Camisa 13.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Para a entrada do jogador.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
It's Raul! That is gorgeous from Raul! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Camisa 17.
Smiles broad and beautiful. That is a cracking hit.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
And he passes it long. Santos come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
Czech gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Raul. And it's Ribery. Thuram. Vieira. Passing is crisp and sharp. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, he's burst through. Dembele! What a wonderful goal! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
And he's worked it through.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
And here's Hullet. Hullet.
Santos really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now...
And the keeper shoots! Dembele finds himself offside. That's really well manoeuvred. Pele touches it back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, what a mistake! He is through here. Dembele. Drilled in low. Ribery, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. Little doubt, that is a foul. Well, that's a booking, always looked it.
Substituição no time do Santos.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. There's going to be a major shake-up in the attack here.
It's a bold move. The manager's made his intentions pretty clear. He's going for this.
Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. And he's heaved it away. And he goes cross-field.
Well spotted.
Ribery. And here's Mbappe. Can he finish?
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Now this could be a chance. Chance for a shot! It's run loose. Oh, what has happened here? It is a corner.
Substituição no time do Santos.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Camisa 25, Neymar.
Ferdinand tries to clear.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
He's got away. Son Heung-min! Oh, he's been caught on it here. Puskas could move up a gear here. Puskas, good driving run. He's away, and Puskas! He should have put that one away.
Puskás really should have done better there. I just hope for his sake that he doesn't live to regret that.
Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
All they need is one big chance, and it may do the trick.
Substituição em andamento.
Maldini. Here's Vieira. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Maldini cuts it out. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Zico providing an outlet on that flank. Overhits and out of play. Ferdinand.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Great vision. He can run onto that. Now, there's the shot! They've scored! And surely that does it! Perfect time, decisive strike. It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
2 up and very little time left. Surely this is it.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
5 minutes to add. And it's from Mario. Zico. And now the breakaway. Looking for options for movement. Now that's well seen too. Messi. And that's that. Santos were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply not how you go about winning. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having...
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. There's the whistle.
Any attack containing Raúl is a frightening sight for any defence.
His record's a frightening sight.
Well, when you think about it, most of his ilk will put themselves before the team. But Raúl is different and has a greater appreciation for all that and likely to put others in before himself.
Gullit does well to get it back. Aims beyond the defence. Great chance! Ruud Gullit! Beyond special! What a player!
As openings go, this is up there. Another magnificent finish from Mr. Magnificent. This could be good, very good. Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
Flamengo finding themselves unexpectedly behind. It's Park Ji-sung. Chiellini does really well to win the ball there. That's been cut out, well played. Oh, it's a promising build-up this, plenty of really nice passing. Santos leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. Baresi cuts it out. Guardiola. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Park Ji-sung. Chiellini kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. He's picked his way through. Incoming delivery.
Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
Neymar gets into some space. Up he goes! Oh, should really have made more of that.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled. Flamengo clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming next, Peter. It has to be with a mean cutting edge.
That's a sharp pass. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Neymar. Oh, good spread. It's a pretty loose pass. And this is Romario. Quality ball. And this is Neymar. He's having a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Decent enough try.
McTominay is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Belletti. It's Park Ji-sung. And it's Guardiola. Played out to the left flank.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Raúl. McTominay, very much a man of this moment. Ferdinand attempts a clearance. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
Yeah, he may feign to shoot and just play it into the box.
That was travelling. Pele wins the duel this time. Park Ji-sung. Now it's Puskás.
There's a real tenacity about their defensive play, and it's up close and personal.
Nicely weighted ball. Pele! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Pele is offering a wry smile there. It might not be such a bad idea playing this short and into feet.
Absolutely, they're certainly not as big as those trying to stop them. And now they can clear their lines.
Santos can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Guardiola. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Pele, and that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Belletti. Baresi. Looks to the other side, and it's Belletti. Puskás out towards the flank, and it's Belletti. Park Ji-sung. Flamengo have their second corner now. Neymar with the short one. Plays it across. Another corner. Any better luck this time round? Corner number 3 coming up. Neymar goes short. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Romario. Now it's Hullet. And he's intervened well there. Pele. To Guardiola. Now it's Puskás. Oh, that's it. Pele! Maldini gets rid without sophistication. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter. Be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Santos are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good.
Substituição no time do Flamengo. Camisa 5.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Santos really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Baresi promptly onto that, and that is that. And it's Neymar. De la Cruz. Jordan Henderson is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Vieira, nicely spread. And the return pass. Now it's Pele. Oh, that was vital. Check is there to clear. Now it's come to nothing. Belletti. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Neymar. De la Cruz. Baresi. That's De la Cruz. Now it's Pele. Neymar. Knocks it out wide. Ah, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. And he's there to clear it. Played back. Santos just about have their noses in front. It is the slenderest of leads.
Público presente na partida de hoje.
De la Cruz. That's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
A noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Oh, it's a great... And the shot! Romario! You beauty! About as smooth as it gets. And this is getting better and better.
Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such quality.
Oh, what a climb! Oh, surely that deserved a better outcome.
Yeah, it's very well timed. A delivery like that with the right amount of pace and whip can be a nightmare to defend against.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Belletti. And it's Belletti. And here's Elise. Oh, this looks sharp. Vieira. And this is Hullet. And that is as far as they're going to go. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Jordan Henderson. That was good alertness. And this is Romario. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Elise. And it's Neymar. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Well, this is intriguing.
That's good pressure, closed him down quickly. And it's made its way to him. And he's lost his man here. Bullet! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Oh, he went for it there knowing full well that it could have all been wrapped up.
This is their second corner of the game. Santos with another chance from a corner. Santos have their third corner. Gets his head on it! In for the pieces! And now a sudden chance to counter. Baresi pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Raul could try cutting inside here. He's found a way through. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Neymar. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. Santos have time on their side now, as well as a 2-goal lead. It is just about done. Passing is crisp and sharp. No way through. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Has a look and plays it forward. Now it's Pele. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. He's a sharp little ball here. He's onside! Can they get him a chance? Just cruising! They are cruising! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like what...
And that will be the final act. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other quite the opposite in all of those areas. The result, a very accurate reflection of what we saw. Bullet taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Santos definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind, this has just been a great day at the office.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So off we go then.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men, running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to supply those balls the attack can run onto, while at the same time maintaining the team's overall shape by linking the front and back.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Great ball, and he's in here. And he's quick to snatch it back. Zanetti, looking for options for movement. That is ended up in no man's land. Messi.
There's a player below, Peter, that I admire on a professional and personal level, the one and only Raul.
He's just out on his own for consistency.
Indeed, and a terrific leader. Talent has to be backed up by hard work and tenacity, and he leads by example, hence the respect he commands.
And the counter is on. Now there's a fine ball. And it's Vieira. Knocks it out wide. Bergomi. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack. First quarter of an hour gone.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
And here's Bellingham. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He has a look out, turns and goes back. Pull it. Bellingham. It's a really well-measured ball. And here's Bellingham. Hullet constantly looking for the ball into the box. Now it's Hullet, and he's managed to get free. Well read, and the danger is averted. And he's there to get it away. Tries to pass it through. That looks a good ball through. Hullet. McTominay. Neymar.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Raul. Probing pass. Oh, that's a key interception. Cannavaro. Pele. Pele cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Decent chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Hullet is offering a wry smile there. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
That has been knocked clear. Corner number 2 then. So, third corner of the game. Ferdinand. Can he get it through? And the shot! And Iker Casillas somehow saves it. Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Raul really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Corner number 4 coming up here. And he thumps it clear. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Now it's McTominay. That's a sharp pass. Now it's Hullet. Pele can so cleverly bypass the press. And the shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And he's taking no chances there. And now they can spring out of defence. And he's picked it up out wide. Oh, no joy this time. And he passes it long. And he's really put himself on the line here. They're up to 5 corners now. Oh, smashing header! He's missed, but not by that far.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Cannavaro. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
2 minutos de descuento.
Pele. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Cruyff, the specialist in tearing teams apart. And we hit half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. So we reach the halfway point.
Santos ended that first half in such a strong fashion. I think we'll just have to wait and see now if they can rekindle that drive and that determination. It's been great commitment, and that has to be maintained in the second half.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. There's the start of the second half.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Now it's Raul. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Cannavaro. Raul is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. And it's Neymar. Hullet. No, it's not getting there. Bellingham. Zanetti. Here's Vieira. The movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Neymar is offering some sort of an apology there.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Well, into the second half, and it's still goalless. And here's Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Can he get on the end of this? McTominay takes a look up. Brilliantly cut out. That's a throw. And it's McTominay. Santos finding their path. Pele! That was superb goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. Well, their corner count's rising, but not their goal count. They can improve.
And it's been taken short. Messi, very much a man of this moment. Not the most accurate pass. Nicely weighted ball. Shot a goal!
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it, and I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
Now it's Hullet. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. Now it's Pele. Oh, well measured. That's a nicely shaped ball. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Just about up to 75 minutes. McTominay, foot in.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Pele. Now, what about a counter-attack? It's played through for him. Plenty to aim at. Goes for a shot! And that is wildly off target.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal
So,
22,
time for changes on
el dorsal
both sides,
18,
actually.
El dorsal 20, el dorsal 15, el dorsal 2,
Berkovic.
Fabio Cannavaro.
And it's
Serán
Zanetti.
sustituidos por el dorsal 13, Neymar, el dorsal 19, el dorsal 14. Xavi Alonso.
Well, it's very much looking like this might be destined for a scoreless outcome.
Messi, he's wide and looking to get onto this. It is a corner. Barcelona have their second corner now. They've played it short. And here's Neymar. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Well, this is intriguing.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that.
Oh, shooting chance! Mighty close.
Oh, he got lots of power behind that, just couldn't quite get it on target.
Now it's Mbappe. Raul. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Quality ball. And here's Ribéry. Into stoppage time, very little left on it. Ribéry climbs up big! No, not the best of headers.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball.
And the referee brings it to a close. So we finish as we started. Try as they might, neither was able to break through. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Santos can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do, but some real promise too.
So bring it on. Height, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And we're underway. McTominay becomes the latest member of the 300 club. Another feather in his cap in what has become a fine career.
Well, Peter, I can't attest to this personally, not having made it to that many appearances myself, but you only need to look around to see not just how much it means to him, but everyone that's here and beyond. This is a huge moment.
Pelé, big chance! He's delivered all right!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
The angle was unkind, but he has hit the spot.
Listen, no one was expecting a shot from there. That's quite outrageous.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. He's having a shot! And we have our very first corner. Thuram with the clearance. Henderson. Jordan Henderson touches it back. So just the one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. And it's been played through. Courtois gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Has a look and plays it forward. Can he get on the end of this? And the ball is out of play. Vieira shifted it to the flank. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Mbappe going face-to-face with his great rival. And it's Henderson. And this is Pelé! Pelé! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
That pass isn't the best. Pelé. Oh, that's a key interception. Roberto Carlos, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Cannavaro. Neymar goes on a run down the left wing. Oh, he's found support out wide. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Roberto Carlos. Scholes. Carvajal. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. Good ball, good take. And pull it! And it's McTominay, out towards the flank. And he skips past his man. Jordan Henderson. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Raul. In towards the back stick.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off. Santos really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Scholes is the team's great visionary. Oh, well played, well played. That's going to go a long way. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Knocks it into space. Gullit might just make this. Carvajal. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Gullit. Now it's Pelé. And he's worked it through. There's the shot! No mistake! And This is getting better and better. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Santos, oh, shooting chance! Roberto Carlos going full steam ahead down the left flank. McTominay. And there is the half-time whistle. Reflections on the first half?
Santos really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team, so I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same purpose again.
Santos are heading into the break, very happy with how it's gone so far.
Substituição no time do Flamengo. Camisa 14. Vai ser substituído pelo jogador camisa 23.
And we're off again. Chiellini. McTominay. Now it's Hullet. Carvajal. Now it's Hazard. It's Roberto Carlos. And it's Roberto Carlos. Jordan Henderson. Lobbed in behind. Bullish header! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
That has ended up in no man's land. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
He's looking unstoppable! Lovely feet. Roberto Carlos, not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, I thought that run had balance and control, skill and strength. The sort of desire we hope...
Decent chance! And it's there! And that is his 50th goal for this, his current club. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
Santos find a position of real strength now. Pelé. Pelé! It's anyone's ball now. Raul. Flamengo appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and...
And Hullet! And that has forced the very best out of the keeper.
Hullet really looks sharp out there. That first touch, sensational. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Camisa 18, camisa 5, camisa 2.
Flamengo are looking to go forward now.
Camisa 97, camisa 11, camisa 21.
And that is high.
Look, his thinking was more audacious than his attempt.
Jordan Henderson. Great vision. Oh, no joy this time. Raul. Vieira. Now it's Pele. Now it's Raul. Well timed, excellent interception. Luis Araujo. It's Vinicius Junior. Pass somewhat off target. And that has been clubbed away. That's really well manoeuvred. Well, that's beautifully weighted. He's been bundled over, that is a foul. And no surprise, that's a booking. Pullet, ready to try one. Looking to widen the gap even further here. Pullet! Brilliant! A finish of true class! There is a man right at the top of his game, and he just knows it. That was beautiful, something close to genius.
Well, he made it look effortless, clearly a training ground perfectionist.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
This is such a dominant performance. The defence are sick of the sight of him, but he doesn't look finished just yet.
Santos are having... and he's certainly caught him there, it's a free kick. No second thought, a straight red card. Well, no question, Jim, the referee has seen that as a professional foul.
Well, Peter, I don't think he even had time to blink. This is just a spontaneous reaction.
Substituição no time do Flamengo.
Pullet with a real chance here.
Sai
Pullet!
para a entrada do jogador.
Oh, he's kept it out, that's a great save. And it's Neymar. Threads one in. Rijkaard spots it and intercepts. Now it's Aubameyang. And he welcomes it in.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Pele. Nicely weighted ball. That's good play. And he's managed to get free. Oh, it's come loose. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And here's Neymar. That's a delicate pass. Pullet.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Tries to pass it through. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Pele. Now it's Pullet. Whistle's gone, that's foul. And this is Raul. Luis Araujo. That has been cut short. Pele. Searching pass he's played there. And the shot!
3 minutos de acréscimo.
Pele. Well, that's a dangerous ball. McTominay can so cleverly bypass the press. And that is as far as it goes. Santos really have hit the heights, A tour de force that has left their opponents reeling, and that is what tends to happen when they do their thing. Pullet just could not help himself, could he? 3 goals to his name. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Santos definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind, this has just been a great day at the office.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So that's got things underway.
Any attack containing Raúl is a frightening sight for any defence.
His record's a frightening sight.
Well, when you think about it,
And the shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Goes for a shot! What a wonderful goal!
well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Paris Saint-Germain finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Raúl. Now he's got space here. Can he latch on to this? Goal kick. No, I stand corrected, it's a corner.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
McTominay! It's their second corner of the game. Cleared without hesitation. And now they can spring out of defence. And it's Owen. Messi. Neymar ploughing through the middle. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Quality ball. Knocks it into space. Vieira. To Thuram. David Villa proves too strong. Neymar. Can he get it through? David Villa! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Roberto Carlos with the short one. Shot at goal! Oh, that was no routine save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Corner number 2 then. Roberto Carlos goes short. And a chance! Santos have the chance to go the other way. Khan punts it upfield. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Thuram. Raúl.
Look, they're prepared to be quite physical to contain any danger that might come their way.
Messi did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. And it's Neymar. Aimed beyond the defence.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Pelé. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Oh, delightful ball. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, good spread. In towards the back. He's had a shot! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Oh, that's a fine interception. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. And it's Roberto Carlos. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, well measured. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Messi. That has been slung wide. Ferdinand. Maldini is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending. McTominay. Now, can they get him away? Czech breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. And here's Owen, and Owen! That was superb goalkeeping!
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Paris Saint-Germain have their third corner. Roberto Carlos plays it short. And the shot! McTominay plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Thuram. Vieira. Thuram. Looking for the run. And this is Hullet.
Il y aura 2 minutes de temps additionnel.
And the ball is out of play. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Owen wins the duel this time. That's been slipped through. And this is Neymar.
That's just...
And that'll be the final action of the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I think it's a case of so far, so good. The boss has clearly done his homework, and I don't think he needs to change much during the break. Now they've got the lead, they can expect more of the same in the second half.
Santos go in at half-time with a slender 1-goal lead. There's the start of the second half.
Santos really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Vieira. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Neymar. Tries a measured ball. Van Bouten gets it away. So, third corner of the game. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Neymar. Neymar really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
And they can counter here. And no, he's seen through all of that. Vieira. Pelé. And it's Hullet. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Paris Saint-Germain appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's
Messi! And he has produced there the crispest of hits.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but you can praise the drive and the application. It was beautifully hit.
Stood up well to him there. Ball is over the line. Here's a man who his teammates can look to in all times. Oh, nicely intercepted. Now it's Pelé. Pelé will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
He made it look a bit predictable. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Pinches it off him. Neymar unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And that is a little undercooked. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they've settled for a riskier approach now to defend this.
Thuram. Ferdinand.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Vieira. Pelé. Oh, perfectly measured that. He is through here. That's really well manoeuvred. That's a lovely, neat pass. Neymar.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Maldini with the clearance. So their fourth corner of the game. He's having a shot! Oh, that could cost them.
Well, I think that look says it all, Peter. Brilliant save from the keeper. He read the situation superbly.
And it's Messi. No, that's been intercepted. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Kante gets across to intercept that. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Now there's a fine ball. Danger averted for now.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Just eases him off the ball.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Kimmich defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. The most accurate pass. I think we're just about done here. Into stoppage time, whistle due any moment. That's that, the end. Santos have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it. McTominay claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Yeah, clean sheets and hard grind will help you go places, and they have a resolve that'll envy many.
My thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.